Indonesia did an oopsie. Yeah, that's all the news that I have. But I got some information for you guys. And what's happening in Indonesia? Deforestation, which is bad, cutting down trees just to put stuff on the island, grow crops, or put buildings, and that is pretty bad. Now, before we get into all the facts and deforestation information, all that stuff, we'll talk about the biome, what biome it is. So it's a tropical rainforest. It's some of the world's wettest ecosystem, receiving high rainfall each year, although amount of rain varies on some years, but most of the time a lot of rainfall. Tropical rainforest is very humid and very hot due to located near the equator, because the equator receives direct sunlight. Rainforest soils, this is very interesting, are nutrient poor. Due to the heavy rain that occurs in the rainforest, sweeps away the dead leaves and other organic detritus before releasing all their nutrients. Tropical rainforest is the most biodiverse compared to other biomes. 50% terrestrial animals and plants are in tropical rainforests. So we've gotten the basic knowledge of the biome, the tropical rainforest. Now let's go to Indonesia's forest, or to have some facts or just statistics about the forest there. So Indonesia, as forest area, the rest of the land are areas for other purposes. Indonesian would be Areal Penggunaan Lain, or APL. The forest is managed in accordance with three functions. Production forest covers 68.8 million hectares of the forest area. Conservation forest covers 22.1 million hectares, with an additional 5.3 million hectares for marine conservations. Protection forest covers the remaining 29.7 million hectares. Now let's go to how the biodiversity there, how biodiverse it is. Indonesia is a tropical climate country located between two continents, the Asia and Australia, and between two oceans, the Pacific and the Indian. In biogeographical terms, the Indonesian biodiversity is explained by the fact that it was split by the Wallace Line, the Weber Line, and the Lydekker Line, all of three which mark the division between the Asian and the Australian regions. As a result, Indonesia's flora and fauna fall into two major types, with the two types reflecting similarities in their respective regions. Because of its geographical location, Indonesia has an extremely high level of biodiversity. Indonesia's biodiversity is greater than any other country in the world except for Brazil and Colombia. Indonesia contains 13 land-based ecosystems and 6 aquatic ecosystems, including both fresh and marine ecosystems. Within these 19 ecosystems, there are 74 systems of vegetation. Now let's get on to the flora and fauna. Now more facts, I guess I could say main flora and faunas, you can say. So we got the floras, the Tayan Arum, Malati, and Anggrek Belan. And for the faunas, these three animals are critically endangered, which are the Sumatran tigers, Sumatran orangutans, and Sumatran rhinoceros. They're endangered due to deforestation, so habitat loss. Now we go to the deforestation, the main part of this video. So deforestation, Indonesia has experienced deforestation in both positive and negative manner. The positive part is it provided them income during the lean years and the aftermath of independence. Indonesia was the world's biggest log exporter and largest plywood producer from 1966 until the late 1980s. Not only until starting in the 1980s did preponderance researchers begin to pay attention to the loss of forests in developing countries, including Indonesia, begin to understand that deforestation has negative implications for forest resources as well as the human well-being. For the period from 2015 to 2019, the Indonesian government has expressed strong commitment in achieving the democratization, the management, and utilization of forest resources. Because of this, it has intensified their commitment and implementation on preventing deforestation by developing a system for the certification of sustainable management of forests, establish a system to resolve conflicts related to the forest tenure, involving communities including adult communities, through the development of a social forestry program. These initiatives have received the full support of both the Indonesian president and the broader community. Now I have a graph that you can see here. that shows Indonesia primary forest lost by islands from 2010 to 2017. Moving on to the causes. So these are encroachment of illegal logging, forest fires, and illegal wildlife trade. So the Ministry of Environment conducted operations to control the forest area, and these operations are carried out by the Forest Rangers alone and by Forest Rangers Quick Response Unit (SPORC) in cooperation with local governments and the Indonesian Armed Force, the TNI, and the Indonesian National Police, the Polri. So forest and land fires. This is one of the offenses that you can do that was not listed. Forest and land fires. There hasn't been a lot of cases of forest and land fires, but Indonesia has been able to track and find hotspots of where forest and land fires has happened, as you can see in this graph by the NOAA satellite. Since 2016, there have been a number of changes to forest and land fires management approaches, with these changes affecting all prevention and control activities. These managements are actually kind of like it's actually the solutions. It is the solution, I guess, to deforestation rates, decreasing it and stopping it once for all. They've been also to manage peatlands, which are these things. This forest area is approximately 15 million hectares of peatland, which amount to 12% of the total spread across the island. This is Indonesia's entire peat hydrological unit. The KHG covers a total area of 24.14 million hectares, of which 9.60 million hectares are located in Sumatra. To prevent degradation of peatlands and improve the quality of their management, the government passed a regulation on the protection and management of the peat ecosystems in 2014, which then reissued in an even stronger form in 2016. In particular, cites the protection and function of peat ecosystems based on the fact that they protect, preserve water balances, store carbon, and conserve biodiversity. So in this graph that you can see, it's showing how much peatland, how much area of peatlands are there in thousand hectares, and you can see Riau, 2,492,527 hectares of peat ecosystems have been targeted by the government for restoration by 2020. This includes 684,638 hectares in protection zones, 410,943 hectares in licensed cultivation zones, and 396,943 hectares in a community cultivation zone. After conducting an inventory, the next step is to determine the extent of areas of degraded peatland to facilitate their rehabilitation according to the peat ecosystem inventory conducted by the Indonesian Center for Agricultural Land Resources Research and Development. Approximately 23.96 million hectares of the nation's peat ecosystems can be classified as damaged, with the level of damage ranging from mild to moderate to severe and to very severe. Another management has come up as a solution or management of plants and wildlife. Indonesia established targets to increase the population of 25 endangered species on the International Union for the Conservation of Nature. A red list of threatened species by at least 10% from the baseline population level recorded in 2013. Efforts to increase population of these prioritized endangered wildlife species have included conducting population inventories, monitoring habitat management, conducting awareness campaigns, implementing measures to improve the protection and security of these species, establishing conflict resolution mechanisms, facilitate the rescue, rehabilitation, and the release of wildlife illegally held in captivity. Increases to the population have also been achieved through birth, either in their natural habitat or in captivity.